your headliner this evening. I'm very excited. I'm so happy that she was able to do the show. She actually won Philly's Funniest last year in 2024. So I need you guys to go nuclear, okay? I need you to put my hands together. Give it up for Tata Sherise.
Yeah, I knew shit was gonna be wild because when white people say go nuclear, I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yep, I made all my white friends in college, and I'm very grateful. They gave me a lot of free stuff, so I mean, thanks. They're like, no, take the whole fucking bottle. Man, but anyway, you know y'all like giving free shit to black people. I don't know, it's a thing you do. It's a thing you do. Man, but for those who do not know me, I'm Tata Sherise. I did have the name before I had the titties. I know, I look like I'm got pumpkins on my chest. Yeah, growing up with large breasts was really rough for me as a child. A lot of people were like, ooh, big titties. Everybody wants big titties. But no, this is my trauma you're staring at. This was trauma for me. Regular childhood activities was like extreme sports. The only thing I would tag is my chin. Okay, maybe you need a visual, but this ain't normal for a child. No slap box in your face. I'm coming in the house bruised up and shit. My mom like, did you get in the fucking fight? I'm like, no, bitch, my breasts. I think we're done training, Mom. I was in 3rd grade. It just wasn't normal. And then nobody else had them, so like boys weren't excited about them because their mom had them. They're like, I suck my mom's tits. I don't know if I like titties yet. I'm not sure if I like tits yet, you know? And then I didn't have ass, which is like a sin in the black community. You know, you don't want to be the only girl in your hood with no ass. I was shaped like the letter P for a very long time. You've seen those girls. That's why when I saw remember the whole body positivity movement, you started seeing fat bitches on like billboards and shit? I was a little excited. I was like, oh shit, there's big girls everywhere. This is cool. You know, so I did like the body positivity movement. I thought it was all right. Then Lizzo started fucking losing weight. I was like, shit. But no, I lost weight too. I think she looks good. I lost 30 pounds last year. I lost 30 pounds. Yeah. I gained some of it back, but I still lost 30 pounds last year. You know, it still happened, so that's why I say it. You know, it still was a thing. But no, I joined Pilates by accident. I know, Groupon. The first session was free. I ended up with 8 because white women are very convincing. Those bitches had me stretched across a giant mousetrap. They call it the reformer. I'm in there stretching my pussy with white girls and we're just talking about our childhoods and shit. So I ended up liking it. It was pretty cool. And then I got a trainer. She's really small. It's a little Dominican chick, really tiny. I figured the smaller the trainer, the smaller I get. Yeah, I fucking hate her, but small but mighty. I'm like, this bitch is strong. What the fuck? Man, but like, as I get smaller and I lose weight, I'm just like, damn, I have fat people privileges. I didn't realize it. You know, fat people privilege, that's a thing. It is a thing. So I'm gonna miss a couple things about being fat, man. Like the front seat. Oh, baby, that's mine. You know, the Uber or the Lyft pull up, you roll up there with your friends. My friends know that I even look in my direction. You know, I'm in the front seat talking to the driver. Yeah, so how long you been doing this? They're in the back, skinny and squished. Man, I knew shit got real because I got put in the back seat recently. I recently got put in the back seat. I was like, oh shit, it's happening. The back seat? Are you sure? I was questioning everybody, like, you sure? Me? Then I looked at the group. There was a bigger girl in the group. I said, yeah, bitch, get your big ass. Get your fat ass in the front, honey. You know where you belong. Get your ass up there. Excuse me, let me squeeze my little dainty ass. Skinny bitch coming, excuse me. I'm in the back like, wow, windows. Oh, this is nice. nice. Man, oh man. They didn't let me do it again, but it felt nice the first time. I was like, oh, this is nice. Another thing I'm gonna miss. You guys know what this is? It's a fupa. You ever heard of it? Yeah, sometimes Hispanic people say chichos. Well, they used to say that to me as a kid. I thought it was a game. I'm like, chichos. I didn't realize they were calling me fat. I'm like, but I'm gonna miss this a little bit. Between me and y'all, I said this shit on niggas' foreheads, okay? They gotta lift it up for air, okay? I like when men grab it like a sandwich. It just gets my nipples hard. It does something to me. And then they like, I want my baby, bad baby. I'm turning on the lights in the bedroom. I'm like, is that fucking barbecue sauce? Because I like to take negative shit, flip it, and make it positive. Like, to some, you're like, oh, you're overweight. But to me, this is a coochie warmer. Okay? It's a brisket under here. Fall off the bone by the end of the night. Crock pot coochie coming your way. It's been simmering. Man, I'm having fun in life though. Comedy is cool, especially dating while being a comedian is fun because they all become material. So here's the guy I recently was with. Here we go with his jokes. He was a short king. I had my first short man. I had my first man shorter than me. I've never done that before, so I was really nervous. I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna hurt him? Like, can he? Man, this is crazy. I've never been with someone shorter than me. Can he protect me? I had all of those thoughts when we started dating. However, his dick was big, his wallet was kind of big, so technically he was tall. As you get older, you're single, you gotta start taking shit off that list. You know that list of shit we want in a person? You start looking at it like, height, who the fuck needs height? He goes to the doctors. Yes, he wipes his entire ass. This is, I feel like we can do something here, Pays for stuff sometimes. This is nice. Yeah, I'm gonna miss him. His whole body used to be between the crack of my ass. We had a good time. We did. We had a wonderful time. But I love the way we would communicate. It wasn't really a toxic situation, which was good for both of us. We came from toxic situations, so together we're like, no, we're gonna communicate. We're gonna talk. You speak, then I speak. And honestly, when he would say some shit I didn't like, I would just pick the little motherfucker up and put him on top of the refrigerator. Okay, let him sit up there and think about what he did. He'd be swinging his feet. Come on, Tata, let me down. I'm sorry. I'm like, now what did we learn? Women are right, men are wrong. Right? Man, our dates weren't too pricey either. In the movies, that little motherfucker was in my purse. I just pop him out on the seat. Hey, we made it. Man, because over time, I, took a look back at my dating history. I'm like, okay, I attract a lot of the same kind of men. I really do. I get really skinny men. I think they think we create balance. I had a guy say, get with me, we make the number 10. So corny, man. Right, terrible. But I went. I did go. You can't turn down all the dates. Sometimes you're bored. Sometimes you're hungry. Sometimes you want to, go to a comedy show in an old church. You never know. You want to see if you still got it, Which fucked me up when I walked in here. Did it fuck anybody else up who hasn't been here? Yes, it said all sinners welcome. So I kept going. I said, well, she's a sinner, But no, seriously, man, dating is it's a crazy world too. I attract a lot of old men, which is, I don't know, that one's a little new for me. So I decided, you too, anybody else? That one's a little new for me. I'm like, am I the friend that's gonna bring around the 65-year-old guy? Like, am I that girl? But I wanted to try it, because he was really nice. He was cool. He had, a little pep in his step. You ever see an old guy, he's just like, back out there in the dating world. Yeah, I got him in my phone as long nuts. Yeah, when y'all get older, fellas, them nuts drop. You gotta pick them bitches up and bring them out like a rag. You like, woo. And you don't even have to fuck old men all the time. Sometimes you just gotta rub those nuts and ask how his day was. Very simple. Just, hey, they treating you good down there at the home? You remember my Venmo, right? Man, I like old men. They're cool. Shout out to Mr. Charles. Rest in peace to his soul. He's a good guy. He was a really good guy. Man, another type of guy I started to attract. Okay, so I used to be a girl who wore weaves. You know, you've seen them. Okay? I don't wear weave anymore. I wear my own hair, so like I attract white men a lot. So it's weird. When I wear the weave, I'll attract black guys, but I'll know there's white guys trying to talk to me more since I like wear natural curly hair. But white men are so weird when they try to, you know, holler at you and talk to you. They do this this bouncing point thing. You ever seen this? I thought it was a threat initially, so you know, the hood came out of me. I'm like, everything all right? I was with my white homegirl. She was like, oh my God, he's so flirting with you. I was like, oh, well. I'm flirting. Is it working? I'm flirting. Man, but no, seriously. I get a little nervous with white dudes. I do. Because I watch a lot of crime TV. And the killer is always a white man. He is. But I feel like the killer would let me go. You know, he'll pop the trunk and be like, you know what, girl, I love your vibe. Get on the out of here. I love your vibe. You're fun. You want to smoke some weed or something? You know, I'll be tied up, butt naked, looking like a rotisserie chicken running through the woods. He's trying to kill me! The cops not gonna believe me. I'm gonna be like, no, you don't understand. He said he wanted to chop my titties off, put them in the freezer, and suck them later like popsicles. I'm telling you. No, I'm telling the truth. She's on drugs. Man, I grew up in a Jamaican household. I did. Any immigrants here? Don't worry, they're not outside. They're not gonna bust in here and come take us. Now, I was born here, first generation born here, but my family, on my father's side is from Jamaica, so I was born and raised in like a Jamaican, you know, household. And they didn't take mental health serious. You know, it just wasn't a thing in our house. I'll never forget, my sister was like, I'm gonna kill myself. My aunt was like, go on and do it. Next thing you know, I look over, I see her unwrapping. They're like, oh, you want me to do the dishes? That's fine, I'll do the dishes. And clean my room? Absolutely. Yeah, I won't kill myself today. I'll save it for tomorrow. Man, life is crazy though. I was carjacked here in Philly. Anybody ever been held at gunpoint? You? Oh man, sorry, I'm gonna bring up your trauma. No, but seriously, it was in 2022, I believe. So about 2 years ago, I was carjacked. I lived in a gentrified. Really? Did they carjack? Oh my God, were you driving a Hyundai Elantra? No, you don't remember what car? Okay, yeah. They were taking those Kias and Hyundais. They little fuckers was running around just taking people's shit. So anyway, I lived in a gentrified neighborhood. You know, that's basically a black neighborhood, and then like they'll put like a Starbucks or some shit there. You'll start seeing white women jog, but you'll still have a poppy store. It was very mixed. You know, it was my kind of vibe. Okay, because a little bit more clean. The cops might come faster. I'm like, I can fuck with this. You know, just keep me grandfathering on the low rent, please. No, but I was sitting in my car after midnight a little too long, man. I knew better. I did. I looked to my right and I saw a white couple walking their dog. I was like, looks normal. I looked to my left and I saw two young men on the opposite side of the street walking this way. I did. I had a Karen moment. I was like, they're up to no good. I started to gather my shit. I'm like, I feel like some shit's about to happen. And as soon as I looked up, tap, tap, they tapped on my windows with the guns. I said, oh, okay. But it was the most peaceful robbery of all time. Very quick and professional. They got a great Yelp review from me. I ain't say shit, he ain't say shit. He looked at me like, bitch, you know what time it is? I said, I know exactly what time it is. Only thing that pissed me off, when I got out the car, I was bigger than both those motherfuckers. They had on skinny jeans and Yeezys. I was like, what the fuck? Why are you robbing me? You had the nice sneakers on. I'm wearing New Balances. What the fuck? But I ran up the street. I have small ankles, so I did run fast. I was like, bitch, you're getting robbed. You know, they didn't pull off right away because he couldn't let his mans in. And like, he was like, his friend was like, come on, bro, open the fucking door. My passenger door is broke, so it was fun watching them do that. I'm at the top of the street. I never bled blue so hard in my goddamn life. I was like, blue lives fucking matter. I was hello? Come get these niggas. They are robbing me. I am a white woman in West Philadelphia. Please. I think they knew I was lying because they came the next day. They like, I hear the black in that voice. I smell it, I hear it through the phone. Well, anyway, all the newscasters, news stations wanted to interview me. Local comedian gets robbed. I said, fuck, I'm about to blow up. Hell yeah. I'm talking to the newspapers. I picked the station that had the most views and the best ratings. I said, I did my research. I sat down with the reporter, and she said, what happened that night? I was like, it was a dark, stormy, cold winter night. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. The clouds hoovered over the moon. I turned into J.K. Rowling. I'm an author at this point. Okay, so I'm sitting there. She's like all tuned in. The cameras are rolling. They're looking at me. They're taking me serious. I looked up, and two young men tapped on my windows with guns. I had my hand on my piece. They had their hands on theirs. She's like, so you were carrying as well? I said, yes, I was packing that shit. I said, we get out the car, now we're in a standoff. The Western music is playing in the background, in my head. I'm like, get in here. You wanna fuck with me in West Philadelphia? His partner runs around, bite my titty, I fall. And I slide under the Honda next to me. That's what she said, cut the cameras, bitch, your big ass ain't slide under no Honda now. I was like, oh man. I gathered my family and friends around to watch my interview. Local comedian gets robbed. I'm like, this is it, y'all. Everybody's gonna know about me. We're out of here. I'm gonna be rich by tomorrow. Do you know they only took one line from my entire interview? It went from the weather to local comedian gets robbed. You just see my dumb ass standing there. You can look it up when you leave. I'm just glad to be alive. And then I went to the Eagles score. I was like, what the fuck? One line? Man. So now I'm here with y'all. This is where we're at. But that's my time, y'all. I'm Tata Sherise. Thank you so much. Give it up for your host.
One more time. Tata Sherise, everybody! Yeah! And give it up for all the comics you saw tonight. Tyler Wolf, Shauna Shaughnessy, Claire Gill, Seamus Millar, and Alban, Xhema. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. It really means the world to all of us. We'll be back sometime in June. Look for the flyers, everybody, and get home safe. Also, if we got any beer, take it with you. Take the beer with you. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Thank you.